we sincerely apologize for the technical glitches occasioned by poor weather condition in Benin Metropolis, the state capital, the Edo State capital. We just played a profile of the trial of Senator Monday Okpebholo of the APC, Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party, and Aswa Ighodalo, Governor Godwin Obaseki's anointed candidates. Now, those are their profiles. At least it will informed decisions on voter. It will informed voters' decision. So now we get to take a look at issues that are unfolding from the field. Like I told you, that VOS TV Nigeria is one of the 114 media organizations the electoral umpire accredited to cover the election. And now our correspondent Austin Ayeni is standing by at the popular King Square in the heart of Benin City.
All right, we are live in the heartbeat of Benin City.
Unfolding the what is
King Square, popularly called Ring Road. And of course, this is the road leading to different parts of the city. And as you can see, the road is already deserted without vehicular and human movement. And obviously, the voters are going about trying to exercise their civic responsibility. And of course, if you can also see what is going on here, the security personnel are strategically positioned to man various strategic points in order to ensure that this election is hitch-free. So we are going to keep you posted on all the election proceedings today. So stick to VOX TV. And of course, after now, we are moving to the various polling units within the city metropolis to ensure that we get you covered on all that you need to know about this election.
All right, thank you, Austin Ayeni, for that succinct situation reports of what it is like at the King Square, the heart of Benin City, the state capital. We'll come back to you as soon as you get all that information to share with us on the election. And now another of our reporter is standing by at Edo local governments, particularly Ward 6, Polling Unit 6. Victoria Okwamedia is standing by there. Victoria, tell us what's happening at the Ward 6, Polling Unit 6 of Edo local government area of the state.
All right, thank you, Jude. This is Polling Unit 6, Ward 12, where we have about 610 voters ready to cast their votes for their preferred candidates. And as you can see, by my left and my right, you can see voters going about the voting exercise instead, and they are ready to cast their vote for their preferred candidate. Over to you, Jude. Promise to bring to you the situation report as the update of the poll. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Victoria, for that report. Don't forget, we'll also get back to you as soon as you have other reports for us. So for now, we're back in the studio, Ambassador Okodua.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing the feelers from the field. People gradually turning out, though we cannot just conclude that the turnout is low, because it's too early to conclude that the turnout is low. So, like we are discussing before now, the voter apathy, the election occasioned by some factors, several factors, among which you identified one of them as threats from politicians, gladiators vying for elections, the gladiators and their candidates. Now, the question I want to ask now is, what should inform voters' decision? If I am a voter, I want to exercise my franchise, what factors should I actually take a look at in making my decision on who I should cast my vote for? Because before now, we see situations like tribal politics come into play. It's from my tribe, it's from my religion, tribe, some other factors, they informed voters' decision. So what should voters, really consider in choosing their candidates?
Okay, thank you very much. You know, as we are just doing the narration, an idea came to my head. You know, when you are inside a masquerade, it is difficult to know the real person that is inside that masquerade, isn't it? Yeah. This can be the scenario in this with this our candidates, because we don't really know them. They are like inside the masquerade. Something is covering them. And because something is covering them, you cannot really know the true identity of those people. What they have, their competency, their capacity, their manifesto. But you see that during this campaign, somebody is like that masquerade clothes that is covering them. Like one of the political party, the electorate have not had that opportunity to really know who is this person, feel that person, to evaluate and assess the intellectual capacity and competency, the ideas, what you want to do for Edo people. Like the other one is being projected by somebody, and people are seeing the picture of that person instead of this person. It's a factor. So the other one is basing his campaign on what is happening in another location. That if you vote for me, I will replicate what is happening in that area, without knowing that Edo is different from other places. These are some of the things. We don't really know them. As I'm talking to you, I don't know them. It could have been better for us to see them, speak one-on-one to the electorate, telling them that this is what I will do. Because when you make that promise, it's like a vow. People will hold you responsible. You will be held accountable that there was a time you say you will do this, you will do this, you will do this. That is why we have a system in TMD. We call it Charter of Demand. When you have a contract with the people, social contract, the people will hold you accountable if you are not able to deliver or follow that social contract.
Yes, that is a political philosophy.
Yeah, these people, you cannot hold them. You call them for media chat, they will not come. You cannot hold them. They are just like that. They don't have contract with the people. They are disconnected with the people. What we are hearing is that you are this, you are this, you are this, you are. These are not issues. These are not issues that are supposed to be a campaign issue. They don't have campaign-based issue. What are you going to do? That a fuel is 1,400. What are the solutions? That 5,000 naira is as worthless as 50 naira. Nothing. That you cannot do anything. You cannot move from point A to point B. Everything.
Exponential hike in cost of living.
See, people, you know, Nigeria, they are resilient people. People, you see people, when you see people, they are moving. It's not well with many of them. They are just like, what will I do? And you know, we still believe God. God is over to you. But at times, God has fought the battle for us. So, they don't, as I have critically assessed and evaluated them, they are not doing what they're supposed to do. Like this Edo State, what are we going to do? Yes, yesterday somebody was saying, yes, there's improvement in the area of security. There is, at least you can enjoy uninterrupted lights at least 7 to 10 hours. But in the area of roads, in the area of human development, when you fail to develop the human capacity, you fail to create an environment for people to have access to a formal education. You fail to people to build the capacity of the youth. You are not going to anywhere. So they are not doing this. When you see that the women population are not engaged in meaningful productive activity, how will you develop? They are not talking about this. Rather, they want to destroy the system while their children, they are outside this location. Tell us how you will improve the system. Tell us. These are the things. Not by calling names. It will not help the system. Not by calling names.
No. Dr. Ambassador Kodwa, you've really highlighted a whole lot. With all of this that you've highlighted now, if voters, as voters go to the poll, what should inform their decision? What should they look out for? Looking at the trial, the three major candidates that are contesting for this election, Olumide Akpata, a lawyer, an astute lawyer, even a one-time president of the Nigerian Bar Association, that is the candidate of the Labour Party. And now you're talking about Aswe Ighodalo, an accomplished economist. You talk about Senator Mondo Bewolo, a serving senator in the National Assembly. Now, judging from the antecedents, of course, we have other candidates in the election, but these are the three people believe that are in the horse race. Okay, so now judging from the antecedents of these candidates, what should the Edo indigenes, what should they look out for in choosing among these three persons who governs them?
Okay, you know, in a situation when you don't have, there's a parable, you say, in a community where everybody are blind, you have a man with only one eye, it become the kings. That person become the kings. When you have no option, you settle to what comes to your way. These three candidates, as you said, people are seeing the candidate of the PDP as a continuation outgoing administration, that he was part and parcel of the administration, and also it's a continuation of that administration so that he can be able to continue whatever they have done in the past. People are now seeing the APC candidate as a person being fronted by somebody who wants to be a godfather, and somebody see the other person as, well, let it be among them. That is one factor. Another factor is this issue of ethnic correlation, that it is our turn. Whether it's a wrong person or good person, we will vote for the person. So that is why you see that during the zoning, they zone almost everything to Edo Central, except along the line, Labour decided to change the process. If not, the major three political party candidates supposed to be from Edo Center. You see that now the people say it's our turn. Let us vote for any of them. Any of them can become the winner of the election. And because another thing why people have no option is that, well, there is no alternative. Because if we have alternative among these three parties, they can say, okay, let us try this option. So it's like people have no option, but that, okay, the devil you know is better than the one you don't know. Let us continue, let us vote for so person if he can continue to do or to improve the system. That is another factor. Another big factor is that external influence. External influence also play a role in the politics of this state. That, yeah, because we are this person must be there. So that why? That external influence, intention is not to make life better for that common man, but rather to have access to the commonwealth of the state. So the voters as of now are not condemning the candidates. They can still do better. But one thing that is sure is that if you try to dictate for me what I should do if I eventually become the governor of the state. At times, as a human being, you would like to have your structure. You would like to have your programs. You have to have your, say, this is what I will do differently from what we agree. That is why you see some states, they have issues. So I believe that Edo State will be better where it is now. So that is just my comment.
Now, taking a look at the outgoing governor, what are we likely to expect from the incoming governor?
Okay, the outgoing governor, His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, has tried his best for the state. He cannot do everything. But as I said earlier, people were saying that in 2 critical areas where he did well. So whoever that is coming should improve. One, in the area of security. 2, in the area of uninterrupted power supply. The issue of ecological problem in Edo State, light. The issue of network. The issue of building the capacity of youths. It is very, very critical. The issue of making life better for the people. It is very important. And also, has they been giving bursary to Edo students? I remember in those days when you are undergraduate, government supports you. What have been the support? The issue of people having access to create wealth. The issue of entrepreneurship. In the area of sports, you revive it. Edo State, they were known as the best in sports. These are some of the things you look at. I remember we are having what they call farm settlement. These were the feeder. This settlement, they were feeding the state. Edo State, when it was made, they were not lacking food. They have feeder. You revamp it. You revamp the agriculture. You revamp the transport system. You build infrastructure, roads. You give people water. You give them light. You give them good health care. Our primary health care system, how is it? Majority of them are deplorable. They are just like a consulting area without drugs. The manpowers are not there. You work in all these areas. But one, security is very, very important. Because an environment that is insecure, investors cannot come to invest. So let Edo stay secure. Let the level of kidnapping reduce. Let the level of killing reduce. Let the level of youth resistance reduce. If you can be able to do this, people have access to food to eat. They will not bother you. People have access to food, especially food. When they have access to food, you have money, go to the market and buy something. You can be able to pay school fees for your children. People are okay. So that should be the agenda of the incoming governor. Try to deviate from what have not worked in the past and create a new sense of belonging and take a new direction. Because that man who is beating drum for you, that man who is like that masquerade clothes that you are wearing, you are inside, will not do you any good. Rather, you'll be servicing him instead of to service the people. So they should create that image, the real image for themselves, for them to be in touch with the common people of Edo State.
We'll take a look at more of that when we return. For now, our reporter, Austin Ayeni, is standing by at Oedo local government area. Oba Market in specific is standing by at Polo Unit.
I'm Pastor Tango.
Okay. What's your impression on the voting exercise so far?
It's okay, the voting exercise is fine. Everywhere is cool. Everything is going fine. From now, what we are seeing this unit, now everybody's working as one for the good of Edo. We know by special grace of God that all the units, all the entire local government should be like this. Because we work as one to make out the good of Edo. Pray by the special grace of God, God will give us the one that will take the state higher.
Are you impressed with the turnout of voters so far?
No, for now, this is not how this unit normally be. This place is normally filled up. This one and the turnout for what I was seeing now is low compared to the vote we have been. Because this has been my center from the one. But by now, this place is supposed to be jam-packed. But what I'm saying is too low. But God has purpose for everything. Pray that everything will work fine. Thank you very much.
My name is Stella.
So how you see the election so far?
The election is cool. It's cool. No fight, no value.
Would you say the people where they really come for this election, are you really they happy to say they really come or?
Yes, I dey happy say they come.
But so, they tell us say people they many pass like this before.
They many pass like this. What me see believe be say people see they come because they around this area. So very soon all of them will depart, they come out.
As they been in the fast, yeah?
Yes, they fast well.
Sorry, Mr. Burlington.
Okay. So how is the exercise so far?
Well, as you can see, we just started and it's been fair so far, and you see the voters are currently waiting their line. So the accreditation and voting is going on right now.
Okay. Is there any riches or any challenge so far?
No challenges. We're just praying for a very good fair weather. It's peaceful, as you can see.
All right, so as you can see, voting has already commenced in most of the polling units in the states, and the election is going on smoothly. We expect that it continues this way. Just as we take a look at all these processes, Ambassador Kodwa, so we can see the turnout of voters at the polling units at their ward exercising their franchise. How would you react to that? Take a look at the turnout.
Yeah, as I told you earlier, the turnout of voters or the electorate cannot be the same. There are some polling units where you have a good turnout. There are some units where you may not also have a good turnout. One is just like based on what people who have gone to vote, their feedback can also encourage people, undecided voters, to go and vote. You know, people are watching, people are turning their gadgets, looking at what is going on, and if the information they are getting is positive, it encourages people to go and vote.
To turn out Germans.
But we are happy that as of now, the turnout is encouraging. People are willing to vote. Yes, as with the sample we did yesterday, many people are willing to go vote. They want to participate. They saw it as their civic right for them to go and cast their vote. And also people are not happy with the situation of things. So they want to ensure if things will also change through this process. So the turnout, yes, is good, but it's just like you are playing a match. The 90 minutes will decide the outcome of that match. So we cannot able to now assess the overall turnouts of electorate in this election until when the voting will have concluded by 4 p.m.
It's too early.
It's too early to call. But the good thing is that the level of violence is minimal. Though there was a report of vote by, I think, from our situation room.
That was the issue I even wanted.
Yeah, from our situation room, I saw it. They escalate it, and I think people are handling that matter. Yes, it's expected. It's expected. People will sell their vote. People will buy from them. But the question I was asking somebody yesterday, when somebody give you 5,000 naira, a transporter, you see if they give him 5,000, we collect. I ask him, if somebody give you 5,000 naira, how many liters of oil? I said, you will collect that 5,000 naira for it will
with the high cost of living.
5,000 naira.
Do you buy?
For 4 years. I said, that's 5,000. How many liters of oil, which is 3 liters, 3 liters, that you drive from Ring Road here to Ramat Park? You will mortgage your future for 5,000 for 4 years. So people need that really to be educated of the implication of collecting money. Because somebody will say, I bought it. It's like a position I see, you are buying it. Before, in any political position or position that you want to vie for, it's like people are investing on it, people are buying it. So if I spend my money to buy something, you should not expect me to be accountable to you, because that money is my money. So I have to recoup it. So you don't have any, because I have settled you. So that is one of the implications, that people should be educated not to sell their conscience, not to sell their voting right, not to sell anything concerning that which will decide your future. So I think more awareness needs to be created. Though as a transition monitoring group, we have different departments. We call it a election voters education unit. We have been creating this awareness. We have about 400 NGOs working with other TMG. So these 400 different NGOs, they have been given the task, that responsibility, as one of their primary mission objective, to create awareness, to educate people, the implication of selling and the implication of people buying votes, the implication of you as a citizen to go and exercise your legitimate right to vote or to be voted for. We have been doing enough, and even from different media houses, from online stations, we have been creating that awareness. The problem is that how many of our electorate have access to this information? That is why we are also using town halls.
Doctor, Ambassador
to send this
Kodwa.
message across.
Yeah, Ambassador Kodwa. Now, this issue, financial inducement of voter, it's what we've been grappling with over the years. You know, it has become a recurring menace in the society. When in times of elections, you see the political class, the politicians, you know, inducing the voters financially, giving them, you know, huge amount of money to buy their conscience, you know, to compromise the whole process. Now, prelude to this election, prelude to this governorship election, we see stakeholders, even the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, we heard that they deployed a number of their personnel, you know, to nip vote buying. So what's happening? Does it mean that they are resting on their oars if vote buying is still reoccurring?
Okay, just let me throw more light. One of the strategy politicians use is to coerce the electorate through impoverish them. You know, when you are poor, you don't have option. Whatever comes your way, you take it. So politicians, they don't create that environment for people to say today I'm okay with the situation. They make things to be difficult.
For the masses.
Difficult, extremely difficult, so that you say, I beg, please. You know, when you are begging, you are at a disadvantaged position. That person may give you condition. So they create that economic stagnation that people cannot even able to eat. Because they know that at the end of the day, whatever they offer them, they will take it. We are told that a man, there was a conference, he went for a conference and put a cock in his bag. This man unplugged the feather of that cock. So during the meeting, he now released the cock. The cock was featherless. And do you know that this man put corn in his pocket? And as the cock was standing, he was not throwing that corn one after the other. The corn was picking it. Mind you, the corn, the fowl, the cock has no feather again. He was now using that, throwing that one by one corn, and the cock was picking it one after the other. That is what politician does. So they remove everything from you. You are empty. So whatever they throw to your side, you pick it. So talking of the Economic Financial
Commission, yes.
Commission, are they different? Yes, they are not different. They are selective. Are you that man they give that man that money, they say go and give people? Is it the person that you will arrest? What are the people that are bringing out the money? What are the people that are laundering the money? What are the people, do you know how many billions of money that has passed through one source to another? To the end user? Who are those people? The source of that money, what have you done to them? This channel that money is passing through, what happened? Why are you selecting? If it is party A is doing it, no problem. But if it is B, there's a problem. Have we not had, though I don't have evidence, where money, means of carrying money, were moved from one A to another, to somebody premises to conduct an election? What happened? So, if you want to promote equity, your hands must be clean. I want to tell you that many people pay a lot of money for them to be posted to observe, to you promote transparency. So, the bringing EFCC as a watchdog is not a solution. Rather, we should talk to ourselves. We should talk to our people. When they bring the money, reject it. Say, I don't want your money. What I want, give me good governance. That is what I want. Your money, nothing. Your money should be seen as a leprous money. It should be seen as an insult. How can you see a man, you say, take 5,000 rand for me to vote for you for 4 years?
There is really
you will be
need
collecting
for
my money.
attitudinal change.
Yeah, you will be collecting my money. I will not have access to Medicare. I will not have access to security. I will not have access to utility. The politicians or the candidates to have a social contract with them, so that tomorrow you can be held accountable for your action. So in the absence of this, when you are using whatever you call the institution, it doesn't work. Because the institution that you even created is created on a faulty foundation. On a faulty foundation. So I don't want to be going to be beating around the bush. There's somebody you have been looking for the last 6 months. The person came to your station. You laugh. You say, you allow the person to go. Are we not seeing it? You have been saying you even ensure that you will tell Itapo to stop that person from traveling, and you have been hunting for that person. Eventually, the person came to your station or to your office. You allow that person to go. But if it is a different person, what will happen? So when we are biased, when there can be changed.
It has come to stay. It's something that has come to stay.
It can be
and everyone is worried.
No, it can be changed.
We are worried.
It can be changed.
When can we really get, this kind of a sense of free and fair election, a sense of a process, an electoral process that is devoid of manipulation, that is devoid of financial inducement by the voter, by the political gladiators, the political bourgeoisies, who amass words that is meant for the populace.
It can be minimized. If you are saying that it can be eradicated, no. Even in advanced democratic nation, we have different level of inducement. Inducement is not only money. You can be induced in so many things. You can be induced so many things for you to have sympathy. So there are so many things. People induce people by assuring them appointment. They say, don't worry, if I win, I will give you this. Okay, don't worry, if I become the governor, VOS online studio will be you handle the area of media, office of the media, it to the governor. I thought these are inducement, and by assuring you that opportunity, you may do one or two things you are not expected to do ordinarily. So inducement is of various form, but the most common one is this issue of giving money, is the one we are seeing. But there are so many inducements you are not seeing here and there. I want to tell you that even this candidate people are voting for today now, some are already selected their cabinet. Say you will be this, you will be this, you will be this. From there, you can go extra mile.
Whereas they don't even know their fate yet.
They don't know.
Because, they are not sure that voter inducements will bring their electioneering bid to fruition. So, hence, they are constituting cabinets where elections are still ongoing, where elections are yet to be conducted. You see, how do we really overhaul all of these? How do we change the narrative? How do we nip this tide in the board?
That is what I'm telling you. Change begins with you. As we are talking, I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to that audience that are watching us. That is how it starts. It's not a rocket science. We have to start from ourselves. Like me, that you come to me to induce me, I will not. If you will say I will not, the other person say I will not.
Everyone says
I will not. It will not become attractive. It will not become incentive again. That is what we are saying. You need that awareness. People need to be educated. How are we doing it? We are doing it now through this your media. To reach out the unreached. People are watching. This what is the essence. Like the person I spoke with yesterday. The person say, if it is like that, I will not. That is to say, I have able to win one disciple. If you can go there, I'm able to win another disciple. This person tell this one, this person tell this one, this person tell this one. It's okay. You that is watching, you that is here, that's your brother, tell that person as you are going to vote, don't collect money. Vote your conscience. Your vote will count. One of the things why you see some people are also collecting money, they also discover that their vote does not count. their vote. But if your vote is counting, you will not collect money. Their vote never counts. The last election, the vote never counts. I pray that this one, the vote should count.
The INEC, the umpire has assured that it will count. So let's just express hope that they will stand by their words and the election will count, the votes will count. But in all of these, voter inducements, financial inducements of voters happening under the watch of stakeholders like the INEC, the EFCC, and others, does it not mean that there is failure in the system already?
INEC, can they not be induced? They are induced. They are induced. If INEC can do the right thing, people are saying that INEC, yes, they are doing the right thing, the system will change. INEC, they are victims of inducement. I don't want to go more than this. They are victims of inducement. So what are we talking?
Ambassador Kozua, we've really spoken at length, highlighting some of these issues, we'll continue to highlight more, because today we're going to have a whole lot to talk about. There are a whole lot to talk about, not just from one aspect, all aspects, as Edo decides who becomes the governor, democratically elected governor, to succeed Governor Godwin Obaseki. The time is ticking, and the day is still fresh, I must tell you. And we continue to give you updates from the field. Like I told you before now, our reporters are in the field, sourcing the news. I will continue to update you live as they unfold. For now, we take a break. We return for the program subsequently. right, thanks for staying tuned to VOS TV Niger Edo State Studio. Judah Weke is my name. Like I told you, we'll continue to update you with information as they unfold regarding the election. We have a lot of our correspondents, a lot of our crew deployed out there to give us updates as they unfold. Now, information reaching us says that two EFCC officials have arrested 2 ladies for alleged vote buying. Though their parties were not specified, they were arrested at the Edo Ward 2 Polling Unit 12. Also, from same Edo Ward, as at 12 p.m., information reaching us says that BVAX is not working and accreditation of voters is yet to commence. Now, the electoral umpire, the INEC, and other stakeholders promised that a lot of issues that are likely to mar the process, most especially failure of BVAX, have been addressed, and we are not likely to see any of those. But it's still surprising that a lot of these issues are still unfolding. Yeah, failure of BVAX, vote buying. Dr. Ambassador Kodwa, these are the issues that we've been taking a look at. We've been addressing them, and they are still unfolding from the fields. The umpire promised that it has put all adequate measures in place to address, in fact, to nip in the bud any likely issues. From BVAX failure, vote buying, security arrangements, they say they have addressed all. Though the security arrangements is quite laudable. But let's take a look at this BVAX failure and vote buying issue once more. How do you really, does it not cause for concern?
Okay, thank you very much. As I mentioned earlier, INEC cannot have 100%. Yeah, but with the report we are getting, there's an improvement. You know, before now, during an election, you have a lot of report of malfunctioning of beavers and so on and so forth. But if you have hitches, just with a little percentage of malfunctioning of beavers, I think there's a slight improvement on the next side. And you should also agree with me that it cannot be 100%. But there is, with the report we have, there's a slight improvement. That is also a kudos to INEC especially. In the area of vote buy, yes, people must sell their vote and people will buy based on what I presented to you before now. The political system where the politicians try to impoverish the citizenry just for them to decide their fate. So these are some of the things. We will continue to receive report of beavers are not working. But the important thing is the ability for them to have a backup. Because when there's a backup in every system, the ongoing system will continue. So if it is there's a backup, it will not disenfranchise the electorate, except there is no backup. But in the area of 12:01 p.m., that a particular polling unit were to Edo local government, that they have not accredited voters. It is very, very unfortunate because we have been assured that the issue of logistic, lack of or inadequate logistic is a thing of the past. But we have been seeing or hearing that some local government or ward voters have not been accredited and voting have not started. This may be attributed to human error, human factors, and also ploy by politicians to disenfranchise some people where they think their opponents have strength. So they use it. It's part of the electoral fraud we are talking about. If I discover that you have strength in a particular place, the distribution of election material may be delayed. Through in any way may be delayed, so that sometimes people are not patient enough to wait. That one may make people to go say, I cannot wait. What is the essence? What am I benefiting? So it may be a tactics, it may be a strategy, it may be a way they use against their opponent. So in nutshell, we are expecting that INEC should improve more than as they did in 2019, because 2019 I was in the States. So there should be an improvement. There should be an improvement in the electoral system. There should be an improvement in the electoral process. And the money that is budgeted for this election, should be seen as being judiciously utilized for the purpose.
The reason why this issue of BVAP's failure actually is calling for concern is that the umpire, they told us that they have deployed about 5,000 BVACs to 4,519 polling units across the 18 local government areas of the state. And we're still having these issues. There is no backup at some of the polling units where we have failures of BVACs. So it's really cause for concern. And, if you say that we should just express hope that there is going to be light at the end of the day, sure, we'll be hopeful. And we expect that the umpire will do the right thing to ensure that the process is hitch-free and devoid of manipulation as well. Because a lot of people, they believe that such tactics are geared towards manipulating the whole process. Not my words, because I'm a journalist and I should be I should detach myself. So, not my words. I'm just only posing, or rather clearing the air of what people are saying. Dr. Or rather Ambassador Okodwa, thanks for joining us on the program. We really appreciate your contributions. That is the most we can take from you from now. Thanks a lot.
Okay, I want to thank VOS TV Nigeria for giving us the opportunity from Transition Monitoring Group, and also my chairman, Board of Trustee, Awar Asajani, and also the Edo State Electorate, that we should have hope. There is hope, there is light in the tunnel. I think after this election, there will be much improvement, more than before. People should go and cast their vote without fear or intimidation. The security arrangement is okay, there's an improvement. And also I believe voting is one part, announcing the results is another thing.
Exactly.
So let the actual result should be announced and the winner declared. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador Okodwa. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Like I told you, we have a whole lot of issues to discuss here in the studio as the election, as Edo people decide who becomes Governor Godwin Obaseki's successor. Now, like I also told you, that our reporters, our crew are out there, covering the process, because the INEC, the electoral umpire, accredited VOS TV Nigeria among the 114 media organizations chosen to cover this election. And so information reaching us from Urokpota Hall, there are correspondent Austin Ayene is standing by to give us information from Urokpota Hall in Oedo Ward 1. Austin.
All right, good day to you viewers, and it's election day right here in Edo State, and currently we are at Urokpota Hall, in Ward 1 in Oredo local government area of Edo State. As you can see behind me, voters are already queuing up to cast their votes. And of course, that's Unit 1 and 2 at Oredo Ward 1. And of course, we are trying to get the impulse of the people. So one of the voters is here to speak to us on his experience so far. Sir, what's your experience so far as far as this voting exercise is concerned?
Well, for now, everything is calm and quiet. Everything is going to how the plan. There is peace here, and there are security men surrounding us, keeping the peace of this.
Okay, but the turnout is quite low.
The turnout is quite low. That is because of the former news going around that everywhere there will be war. That's why the turnout is low. Well, by the grace of God, if one of the contenders gets 3, the other one gets 2. The other one that gets 3 is the winner. That's why we are waiting.
So what's the advice to those people that are staying back?
The advice to those people, they should come out. They should come out and vote. There's no war, there's nothing, there's peace everywhere. I came all the way from Upper Combat to this place. So there's no embarrassment. When they ask you, where are you going to? I'm going to cast my vote. Show up your voter's card. They will allow you pass. That is just advise those who come out to come out before 2:30 before the close.
Thank you very much. All right, so you heard it from him. The turnout so far, what is very, very, very obvious to each and every one of us is the fact that the turnout has been very low in this election. And of course, it's not unconnected with the fears out there because, of course, a whole lot of things went outside. There are a lot of battle drawn, before this election. The politicians were speaking tough. Some were being arrested and all of that. So it's already playing out. And but we are still hopeful that maybe the voters will turn out before the end of the voting exercise today. All right. So we are still very much at Urobota. So we want to get more views of the voters with regards to this election. And trust me, we are going to give you all that you need to know as far as this election is concerned. And of course, people are already warming up. I can still see quite a number of them hanging around to ensure that they cast their vote. So it's, of course, let's also inform you that we have heavy security presence. As you can see them, they are here to man the polling unit to ensure that thugs and other criminals do not hijack this exercise. So they are doing a fantastic job, I must say. And of course, if our camera can pick what is going on over there, the INEC ad hoc staff are doing their job as the exercise is going on smoothly. So it's been very peaceful here, and I must commend the voters. They have comported themselves, and it's been peaceful as far as this situation is concerned. All right. So we have one of the voters here. Okay, one of the party agents, and of course, is also critical as far as this election is concerned. So, sir, what's the situation report so far?
Yeah, it's very peaceful out here. The election is peaceful, everything is going smoothly, and we're expecting to get the proper results. That's all. Everything is going smoothly and peaceful. We pray that God should give us victory and give us the right person to rule this state. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Are you impressed with the turnout?
Yes,
But it's quite low.
Yeah, the turnout is quite low, and we are expecting more people. There's no your time for the votes to close. Yeah, we are still expecting more people. You see, the crowd is already dark. It's about to rain. We pray that God should bring more people out.
Thank you very much. All right, so that's just one of the party agents, and we are leaving here right now to order polling units to ensure that we have a broad spectrum of coverage for you. Stick to VOS TV as we get it covered. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Austin Ayeni. We'll still get back to you as you have other reports. I believe you have other reports. We'll come back to you. Thanks a lot for that update on what it is like at the Uropota Hall, I believe in Edo local government area of Edo State. Okay, now also standing by at the Ward 10 in Edo local government is Victoria, our correspondent, Okwamedia Victoria. She says voting has since started. Victoria, hello Victoria.
All right, thank you, Jude. This is polling unit 45, Ward 10 in Edo local government area, and we have about 426 voters that are registered here to vote. And as you can see, people are going about their voting exercise, casting their vote for their preferred candidate. And of course, the weather here is rainy, but even at that, citizens of Edo State are ready and they're all about to ensure that they vote their preferred candidate for an expected height. Thank you. And I promise to bring the registration report here, even as it proceeds to you, Jude. Back to you, Jude, in the studio. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Victoria. We go back to Austin. That is a quick one from Oedo. Is now in Ego local government area, particularly in Olia Primary School, Ward 5. It's quite rainy there. Austin, can you hear me?
Yeah. Right, we are live here at Olia Primary School in Ward 5 in the local government area of Edo State. And as you can see, it's a rainy day, and that's why I'm, of course, using my umbrella as it is now. So this particular school is housing 5 units, talking about from unit 25 to unit 30. And as you can see, you have voters hanging around, to cast their votes in this election, just as others have been prevented to cast their vote. So it's quite a sorry situation here because most of the voters have even deserted the area. And as you can see, we have security personnel on ground to ensure that there is heat-free exercise. So we are going to be giving you feelings from the voters to know how they are going about this exercise. So you have to follow us with the info. So it's a rainy day, and it's quite an amazing exercise to bring you up to speed as far as this election is concerned. So stay tuned. We are going to get the input of one of the voters who is ready to cast the vote. So can we have your feeling on your take on the election so far?
Good afternoon, sir.
Madam, good afternoon. You're welcome.
Okay, sir, what's your experience about this electoral process here?
Well, the election is going on. This area, though, Ward 5, the collection center in Olia Primary School. And I'm one of the executives in one of the party.
What's the situation report now?
Yes, the special report is okay because here is peaceful and we can see everywhere is calm, undermining the threats and the information we are getting that this state is going to turn upside down on this election, especially in only a primary school here. But as you can see, everywhere is going on smoothly.
Okay, so what is the expectation, your expectation from the incoming government? What do you want them to do better?
With the situation of things on ground, hardship and increase of petroleum every day.
What area do you want them to focus on?
Exactly, empowerment for the youths and just to assist the youth in area of their fields. If in agriculture, if you are a farmer,
the government should assist them to empower them. Then if you are a student and you are very privileged, when your parents cannot able to boast for your school fees and others, at least the government should encourage us as an citizen and indigenes of Edo State. The incoming governor should empower those students, so that at the end of the day, they will be proud that yes, I'm an indigene of Edo State.
Apart from agriculture, sir, which other areas do you want?
Yes, good roads and electricity, because we have been hearing some promises on the past government. They will promise they want to do this, they want to give us good road. At the end of the day, after they are voting in, they will start seeing different things. And after their first tenure, the second tenure, they will start rushing some things that are not supposed to be done. They're supposed to be doing it at their first tenure. But by His grace, I knew that this coming government will do better.
Okay, apart from the agricultural sector and the job creation sector for the youth, which other areas do you want the government to focus on?
Yes, I said they should assist the youth in education. And you know, there is much suffering in Nigeria, even in Edo State in particular. You see some of our people that some of them have not eaten, and you can see this election, they take the chances, take their risk to come and vote, undermining the rain. As you can see, there is raining.
What advice do you have to say to your fellow Edo citizens?
Yes, I'm only pleading so that we have one mind, because if there's an issue like this and we have one mind cooperation, if we cry to the government, they will listen to us.
Just hope that the downpour doesn't mar the whole process there at the Olia Primary School. Now, the issue we are taking a look at is there are a whole lot of issues we are taking a look at as Edo, choose who becomes Governor Godwin Obaseki's successor. Now, Edo State has had a rich history of governance, which spans from its creation in 1991. In 1999, I mean to say. Now, let's take a look at what it looks like. It looked like. Edo State, situated in the southern region of Nigeria since its inception in 1999, with the division of Bende State into Edo and Delta states, has had a rich history of governance. It all began with John Ewerekumoyeri, a military administrator who served from August 1991 to January 1992. The wind down of Yeri's administration ushered in John Odige Oyegu. Odige Oyegu ruled as the first civilian governor of the state from January 1992 to November 1993. Subsequently, military administrators took over power. Mohammed Abu Salam Onuka, Basi Asuko, Baba Adamu Inyam, and Anthony Oyerebulem all governed the state until they returned to civilian rule in 1999. In 1999, Lucky Igbinedion was elected as the governor and served 2 terms until 2007, when he handed the baton of power to Sarime Osumbo, who served from 2007 to 2008. From Osumbo, Adam Soshomole took over in 2008 and served until 2016, when Governor Godwin Obaseki succeeded him. Governor Obaseki has been the #1 citizen of the state since 2016 to date, following his re-election in 2020. His administration winds down November 11 this year, and Edos are all set today to decide on who succeed him as the 11th governor of the state. 18 candidates are vying to clinch the governorship seats. Among them is Senator Mondo Bewolo of the APC, Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party, and Governor Godwin Obaseki's anointed candidate, Dr. Aswa Igodalo of the PDP. Yes, Governor Godwin Obaseki's administration gradually winds down and the wind of change of power is set to blow. Now, if you take a look at this election, yes, 18 candidates are vying to succeed Governor Godwin Obaseki, but it is believed that the trio of the APC's candidates, Senator Mondo Okpebholo, is Labour Party's counterpart or rival, Olumide Akpata, and that of the PDP, Aswa Ighodalo, are the three major political parties and candidates that the people are expecting that are in the horse race. So this horse race is between Akpata, Aswa Ighodalo, and Senator Monday Okpebholo. Now the question I want to pose to you is, how well do you know about this trial, these three men? Do you know about their incidents? Take a look. Call him Akpakomiza. The APC candidate's 54-year-old Monday Okpebholo is an accomplished ICT business mogul and a serving senator representing the people of Edo Central Senatorial District. Okpebholo, who chairs the Senate Committee on Public Procurement, was elected in 2023 under the All Progressives Congress APC. He obtained a degree in business administration from the University of Abuja and subsequently bagged a master's degree in policy and leadership studies from the same university. Okpebholo clinched the APC governorship ticket in February 2024 after defeating his rivals at the Edo State APC gubernatorial primary election. His manifesto centered on changing the narrative of moribund infrastructure, tackling the menace of insecurity, as well as transforming education, health, and agricultural sectors of Edo State. All of these he has promised to deliver if fortune smile on his ambition. Okpebholo hails from Udomi community in Uwesa Irwa, a central local government area of Edo State. Aswa Ighodalo, known as the AI of PDP, is the anointed candidate of the state governor Godwin Obaseki. AI, a 65-year-old economist par excellence, is a Nigerian lawyer and co-founding partner of the law firm Bawo and Ighodalo, a corporate and commercial law firm in Nigeria. Ighodalo chairs Sterling Bank PLC and the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, as well as director of the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority. Ighodalo's political journey started on 22nd February when he emerged as the People's Democratic Party (PDP) candidate for the 2024 Edo State governorship election. A federal high court sitting in Abuja later nullified his candidature on the ground that 378 delegates who were to vote during the primaries were unlawfully denied their rights to vote. His candidacy was subsequently upheld by the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja and confirmed him as the legitimately nominated governorship candidate of the PDP in Edo State and dismissed the lawsuit challenging his nomination. AI is an alumnus of the University of Ibadan, Nigerian Law School, and the London School of Economics. He hails from Okaigben Ewohimi, a southeast local government area of Edo State. For him, he is in the race to consolidate on the successes recorded so far by the Governor Godwin Obaseki's administration. Just like his PDP rival, Olumide Osaigbovo Akpata, the Labour Party flag bearer, is a lawyer and a one-time president of the Nigerian Bar Association, elected in 2020 as the first non-senior advocate of Nigeria in 28 years to become the president of the NBA. He earned a degree in law from the University of Benin in 1992 and was called to the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) in 1993. 51-year-old Akpata, who hails from Edo South Senatorial District of Edo State, was a senior partner and the head of corporate and commercial practice group at the Templars law firm in Nigeria
until his resignation on 31st of August 2023 to enable him pursue his political career. Known for his campaign mantra, "Our Mumu don't do," Akpata says he wants to right the wrongs of what he describes as 25 years of leadership failure in Edo State under successive governments. Edo people will today decide among the trio of Ighodalo, Okpebholo, Akpata, and 15 others who becomes Governor Godwin Obaseki's successor.
That's a glimpse of the profile of the trio of Akpata of the Labour Party, Monday Okpebholo of the APC, and Aswa Ighodalo of the PDP. At least that we formed your sense of judgment on whom the cap fits. Now, I told you we have a lot of issues to discuss here in the studio, just as we also give you live coverage of the election. Now, joining me in the studio is Very Reverend Father Benedict Owegbenu, the Executive Director of the Justice Development and Peace Center, Benin City. Thank you, Father, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
I also have in the studio Mike Igaga. Mike Igaga is the Executive Secretary of the Moses Osekede and also a member of the Edo State Civil Society Situation Room. Thank you for joining us on the program, sir. Now, let's start with your assessment of the whole process so far. Let's begin with you, Father. What's your assessment of the process so far?
Okay, so far the electoral process has been wonderful. Just the only thing we have noticed in all the process is low turnout of voters. In some areas, the materials for election came early. In some areas, no materials at all, as is being reported even now. In some areas, materials came late. But so far, we give it to INEC that they have been up and they are doing their best. So when it was reported that the beavers was not working, so the voters and the electoral officers agreed to use the manual. You see, all this has to do, you need to carry people along in carrying out the process. So it means that your transparency makes the people trust you. And INEC so far have done their best. Security-wise, it has been wonderful. I commend the security agencies who have been on ground to curb whatever violence will come up. In some areas, pocket areas, there have been announcements of violence, but so far so good. We've not recorded any deaths, no loss of ballot papers, because the security agencies were on ground to make sure everything is taking place. Then the weather. You see, the weather has set in, and we see reports from our observers saying people are not coming out because it's raining heavily. Yes, it's bound to happen. But then we encourage voters to please come out and vote. We still have time up until 2 o'clock, 2:30 before the votings will stop. So everybody should still come out and vote. Don't be afraid. There's no violence anywhere because the security men are on ground to make sure things are in order.
Don't you think the voter low turnout is as a result of the threats by political parties and their candidates that the election is a do or die affair? The election is going to be bloody, all this or that, all the threats and counter threats that characterized their campaigns.
Yes. The elections, prior to elections, there were threats from political leaders. It's a do or die affair everywhere we start. But that was threats, and they have their own implications with law. We don't want to go into that. Well, the people took those things to heart, but yes, as on ground as of today, you can see that people are moving freely. And even me, when I was driving down to my unit to observe, I saw the security men who flagged me down. Stop, please, where are you heading to? Observe and tell us who you are, where are you coming from? Let's search your car, please. I came down, they checked and nothing incriminating. Oh, please go ahead. Thank you very much, sir. So that gives you some form of credibility and encouragement that security is on ground. So you shouldn't be afraid. Even in the polling unit, I saw policemen all around. I saw security, plain clothes. They are there. They are there, but you see, the military are out. They are outside. The police are inside, and they give everyone the assurance that there is no violence. As at now, I don't know what will happen in the next minute, but as at now, we see give it to the security agencies for doing their best. You see.
Contrary to allegations, or rather by some parties, that some other parties are trying to use the police to intimidate voters. Are there cases of such? I wouldn't
want to go by that. I wouldn't want to go by that because the police is for everybody. You know the slogan, the police is your friend. So first, I have not seen police or security intimidating. From Edo South to Edo Central, the report is just so wonderful. The security men are on ground to protect voters. To Edo North, the security men are on ground. We've not heard anything of security people brutalizing or fighting or intimidating. No. One thing voters should know is this. Your vote is your voice. If you come out, there's power in number. If you come out in number to vote, you'll be glad you did. But if you don't come out, whatever result you see, you will take. Because still, the vote, because you didn't come out, if they come and tell you this is the number of voters that came out, it's the number of voters that came out. So you that didn't come out, you have to hold yourself accountable because you also failed to turn out. So now is the opportunity. Let everyone turn out. Let people come out. Because there's still time for everyone to vote. The INEC staff, there's a center somewhere in Ego where nobody, the center is just there, the materials are there. Nobody has gone in to register that there are voters there. Nobody.
Really worrisome.
The INEC staff are just there sitting. Some are sleeping. Nobody has gone there. They're not saying, please call your neighbors to come out, call your friends to come out. They even tweeted to me, and so I started writing to people in that area, please can you go out and vote? They are waiting for you. And they're saying, I'm afraid. You know, don't need to be afraid. Let's come out and vote, people.
I think the parties, the political parties and their candidates, the gladiators, they really contributed a whole lot to this low turnout of voters.
Well, the politicians have their own. You know, everyone will have a voice. And when it's time, you speak the language the way you want to speak the language, the way it pleases you, yes. But see, even the politicians need your help. Even the politicians need your vote. They are at the mercy of the electorate. I can tell you for free. So let's turn out and vote.
Father, we'll come back to the issue of votes turnout. The low voter turnout, we'll also discuss it extensively. But before then, let's go to Mike Igaga.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, now, let's begin with your observations so far of the process.
Well, first thing is there were palpable points of panic. Fundamentally the issue of security, a breakdown. And then, of course, the fact that the state itself, was supposed to carry out some responsibilities. And even then, the social space is loaded with certain kind of sentiments of some people thinking that the power play in the country could affect the issues of the contest of the coordination of these elections. So this morning what we did first was to go out and check out and be sure that the security apparatus, how it was aligned, and like fundamentally said, what came out was reassuring in terms of the mobilization of the military and even the police. Essentially, it is a contradiction. We must know that. That we have to, at this point in time of our development, depend on people seeing guns around them to feel confident that they can even come out to vote. It's a negation of development itself. But it's something that is exigent. We just have to cope with it. But like I said, what we needed was the assurance. I think the military president gave the assurance. We moved around the town, went down Akpakpava, and went around Airport Road, Saple Road, Sakumba Road, down to Ubawa, to see that things were properly situated. I think reasonably, like Father said, for now, we are hopeful. But you know, in Nigeria, you know, nothing is impossible. The police are there, they are in the barracks, but even in some areas like the Ring Road this morning, they were likely, even they have their own roadblocks on the roads too at the same time, reinforcing the military as it were. That's okay. The conduct of the military men has been encouraging reasonably. I was told by the soldiers, I was searched, you know. Some areas it was okay. One particular area, I think there was an overkill, you know, but nothing violent. As I came down from the car, they honored that respect I gave to them and we passed by. All that. That's about security. I think that a lot has been done by the state. And the way it is being carried out right now, they certainly fear that there could be some power from above that will favor a particular party. You know, it's currently being whittled down, and that's that. Coming down to the election materials and all that, on our part, we, you know, looking at the history of this country and the question of democracy, you know, there was times when, you know, you could come, snatch ballot boxes, you know, and
get away with it.
That's it. And there were times when, you know, like I was sharing with Father before we came here, polling booths are even created and there are no people to vote there. All they need to do is to come there, thumb it and so on and so forth. And so those shows the ineptitude in our political system, you know, and all that. And the question of the beavers became very fundamental. And from the shadows, we pursued that very vigorously with the INEC, you know, to ensure that the beavers was deployed in this election. Because without the beavers, then there will be no credible election. And that's where we are, you know, because of the electronic system of transmission of results and all that. I thank God that the beavers have been deployed. The INEC chairman, you know, gave reports. At the state, they said there was a flood and so many of those beavers were destroyed and all that, and they were going to borrow from other states who are not conducting election. No matter how they got it, the beavers are here. But essentially, and critical to our system, is that the beavers, you hear this one is not working and that one is not working. I think we should go beyond that level. And then the question of tolerance, you know, and you know, try to accommodate shortcomings. It is possible to reach near perfection, even if we cannot reach perfection. It's possible for us to reach a level where people are confident, you know, of what is going to be. But the moment you start telling us that people ran to INEC to look for an alternative beavers, people have reached a compromise that, okay, let us use manual reporting of the whole thing. These are aberrations and contradictions. And we must say them as it is. I mean, we see what's happening all over the world. The level of development for education in this country is better than when it was about 10, 20 years ago. Why is it that we are still at the level of managing materials and excusing
you know,
systems and
these issues, they keep reoccurring. It has become a reoccurring menace because prelude to this election, the electoral umpire assured everyone that it's ready, that in fact all likely issues that will mount the process have been addressed. But we are still seeing these issues of beavers failure and all of that, you know, vote buying and all that. So now, let me ask you this question. From your assessment so far, are you confident, are you expressing confidence in the umpire?
Oh, that's very difficult. You know, we might be able to say, well, we don't have an option. You know, it's what we have, you know. But to say absolute confidence, no, I don't have it. You know, the system is subject, you know, to manipulation as long as aspects of it are not okay, are not appropriate at this point in time. And that's about that. But if I take it as an extension, and I do not know whether that will not be out of your questioning.
No.
You know,
continue.
Again, some of it is even not with the umpire. The reality is that the politicians themselves have escalated the system. Now, I'll tell you something. I do know what happened in the rural areas, in the urban areas, you know, because I function between Benin and the local villages, you know, because of my business. I saw something that became very funny, you know. you see congressional meetings being held by politicians in the local community. They call these people together to come and hold a meeting with them in the public square or in some kind of choosing locations. Take their names and their numbers and their accounts, their account numbers, account details. You know, so that beyond, because now you might even say, oh, they didn't do much of buying votes anymore. The thing has gone down. It didn't go down. What is really happening as of today, you know, which is very difficult to also substantiate as it were, is that people have submitted their voters, their account details in the rural communities. So that as you are voting, you know, there has a way. I don't know whether you are from the kind of village. No, somebody is there. As you vote, you raise it, you know, stylishly. And somebody sees the party you voted for, they tick your name. And so as the thing is closing today, they will be crediting accounts.
Under the watch of the stakeholders, most especially the umpire.
The umpire, how do you hold the umpire responsible for that? The umpire gave you an opportunity, go and vote. You voted, you know, and nobody was there, nobody exchanged money. But there is somebody there called an A who is standing somewhere. You know him, you know that he represents PDP or APC or Labour Party. After voting, you raise your this thing. He knows where you voted for and they take your name. Oh. That's where votes by name has got into Nigeria right now. So it's possible for us to hold an election where votes by was massively done and then there's no proof of it. I'll tell you how criminalized our political system is. And it's painful because at the bottom of all this is the question of illiteracy and poverty. You know, people are ignorant. I talk of the rural areas. How many of them? If you go to my village and tell people, they tell you, we don't care. I don't depend on government. I depend on my hand. I depend on my farm. They do not know that government affects even the lives of their children, and even himself and his farm there. I can stop here for now.
Father, let me come to you. What do you think should actually inform voter choice of candidates?
Well, every candidate should have an antecedent. I believe in credibility. If we are truthful to ourselves, everyone should know, okay, this person should be it, that person should be it. You know, I'm not mentioning names, so nobody should say Father is campaigning for anyone.
Exactly.
Credibility.
Even campaigns are over.
Yes.
So we shouldn't be mentioning campaign.
Credibility is key. So whatever candidate is coming should have a CV that you are presenting to the people. If the people are convinced of your CV, they are convinced of your presentation, they are convinced of what you are bringing to the table, they are convinced of how you want to present everything, they are convinced of how you are coming out to, if they are convinced, okay, they give you their vote. If they are not convinced, they vote for who they are convinced in. But you know, today, I find it difficult to place how Nigerians put some Nigerians, not all Nigerians, because there are credible Nigerians that will not participate in vote buying in any guise. I find it very disturbing when poverty is weaponized, so that people will now become vulnerable. So whatever they present to table now is what they use. Poverty is weaponized. That is what everyone should put into consideration. Take for instance, you don't wake up in the morning and say you weaponize poverty and you share food stuff and say because they are hungry, and then before you share the food stuff, you begin to present yourself to them as a preferred candidate. See, you can share food today.
Even prelude to the election, you share your food before the election,
and people will not vote for you on election day. Even you bring your food to the election ground, they will still take your food and eat and still not vote for you. So I believe in credibility. Whatever you have done well, you bring it to table. It will speak for you. It will speak for you. Whatever you have done well will speak for you. Yes, I believe so much in it. So this is my message to all the electorates and all listening. Be ready to stand for what is right, because if you participate in vote buying or you are giving money today, know that you are mortgaging the future, not just your own future, but the future of your children. Do you know that when people participate in all this and things become so bad, they run to the church and you hear them say the church is not saying anything about it. The church is not saying anything about it. While they are saying the church is not saying anything about it, they are also coming back to the church to support them to feed. Meanwhile, we need to begin to hold government to be accountable, and it begins from now. So you see, back to your major question, which means how we see it. First, every government should put people first. Every manifesto should put people first. Every candidate should think of how to serve the people. And you know, I would say now they kneel down to ask for our votes. Then when they come into power, you kneel down to beg them to fulfill the promises they've made. So the power belongs to the people to make the right choice. Thank you.
Now, when the people, even they don't have, the opportunity of having a glimpse of the manifesto of these politicians, because majority of these politicians, when they go out to campaign, rather than focusing on issue-based campaign, it's name calling.
Okay.
It's campaign of issues that are calumny, competitive individualism, that are self-centered. We don't focus on issues. So doesn't it?
It's already a red flag. If your campaign is not issue-based, but it's name calling and all that, that's already a red flag. Everyone should know this. There are enough issues to address. In society, there are enough issues to address. Take, for instance, in Edo State, there are issues of human trafficking, there are issues of gender-based violence, there are issues of health, there are issues of bad road, there are issues of education to address. So when you say you are promising people good education, first of all, begin with the fixing of the classrooms in some schools where they don't have good classrooms and students are still sitting on the ground to study. There are issues where teachers are sent to the terrains, to the hinterlands of Edo, and there are issues. There are major issues to address, from health care to road, to the system, to the general system, to double taxation, to the point in Edo State that people cannot go to market to buy anything. That affects the common man, that politicians should be addressing at this time, not insulting whoever is candidate and calling name and calling party and doing that. No. Bring forward your party manifesto. If your party does not have a manifesto, bring forward your personal principle and let us adopt it as a manifesto and begin to present it to the people. Let the people say, okay, this party does not have a good intention, but this person has a good intention. Because I remember a time was when people said it's no longer about party, it's about the individual. If the individual is okay, we'll go for the individual. If the party is okay, we'll go for the party. Well, okay, if you have if you are an individual and have a good principle and you are bringing it forward, let it be that it is all about the people. About the people. If it is not for the people, then we are making the right move.
Of, security arrangements, yes, it's quite laudable, you said. And now, the issue of low turnout of voter, worrisome. Now, the issue of confidence in the umpire, where does it really hang? Where does it hang?
It's okay. When you talk about low voters turn, the question of threats and all that, there are things that people can die for. And I'm sorry to say this on air, but perhaps it will help our perspective. I called a friend who has worked with me, for years on social engineering. I said, for him, as far as this election is concerned, the kind of quality of persons, I cannot offend a friend for anybody there. In other words, the quality of candidates that comes out, the past of our governance system, what has been the benefit to the people in terms of development? I mean, you're talking of infrastructural development, highly defective. We're not there at all. We're talking of the 21st century. So we're talking of the level of development at level. We're talking of human capacity development. Painfully. In our social order today, there's something they call Yahoo. I don't know whether you are
cybercrime.
And you see a lot of them wearing whatever kind of hair.
Living luxurious lifestyles.
Even the dressing itself is irritating. And then we've gotten to that level where people say, well, my child graduated 10 years ago, 15 years ago. He couldn't get a job. So we gathered money together to buy him a phone so that he can join his mates in doing what they are doing presently. I mean, that's to tell you the level of degeneracy of our system. How do you tell such people to come and vote and come and risk their life for the politicians? And so it also comes to the question of vote buying. And, you know, some of them says, well, it's okay. When they win, they're on their own and I'm on my own. So on election day, please, what can you afford? Give it to me now. I know that we are done. When you win, you can go your own way. That's one. But,
let me ask you this question. Well, I want to be direct now. What should we expect from the incoming administration
of Edo State?
Governor Obaseki's administration is winding down soon. So, as Edo decides today, what should we expect from the incoming administration?
Thank you very much. A very wonderful question. And I'll tell you why I say so. What did they tell you they were going to do? Because in politics, you hold a man accountable for what he says he's going to do. The first thing clearly, like Father was trying to say, is that we have a political system where there's no content in our political parties. You sit down here and I'm here and I'm asking you, what's the difference between PC and PDP in terms of manifestos? And that's why it's easy to leave one party to the other party, because there's no ideological...
And if you even take a look at it, okay, it's a recycling of same heads, same bigwigs. When they defect from party
A to party B,
see same people, but they'll tell you that they are not new. Let me use the word of Adam Soshomole, that when you defect to APC, your sins are forgiven. If you are a sinner in party. So if we are having same crops of persons, and these issues are unfolding.
Very wonderful. You know, I'll just say something very clearly. You see, the first thing is that there's a fundamental contradiction in our educational system. Even on having an interview like this, you try to whittle down your language so that you can flow at the level of the people.
Yes.
And that's to tell you that there's something structurally wrong with our system, and functionally too. I think it's so defective. If you are talking about party formation and party structure and party content, there should be an ideological context. You know, where you have parties that say the same thing, there's no ideological definition. If you are in America and you are talking about the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, there's an ideological definition. And that's why Trump has said, don't vote for them. They talk of women, lesbianism, and things. Don't vote for them. But this is what I talk, you know, you can categorize liberalism. You know, and it's different from the other people who are, you know, talking of pure capitalism in the Republican Party. So you can know where you believe. It's not easy to move from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party when you say that you believe in this perspective. But here, the parties have no definition. And so you can easily move from anywhere to anywhere. What do you expect from that kind of a structure? So except we do an overhaul of our system, and we do a surgery of the Nigerian system as it were, even on mindset development, we cannot move forward. We cannot even hold government accountable.
Father, now let me come to you. You know, the Yaga Africa, yes, you know, their pre-election reports shows that there were pockets of violence in some hotspots. So, your assessment so far, has there been any?
Okay, we got a report of pockets of violence and the work of the security men trying to quench that fire. That's why I will give it to the security agencies. Thank you very much for the job well done. They are doing wonderfully well at the moment, because we see that they are on ground, they are in the air, they are in the waters, trying to make sure everything is wonderful. From Ovia to Akokwedo to Ukpekpe, they are on ground. If you notice, the news flash from the media is not saying there's bloodshed or violence or scattering of ballot paper. Unlike Edo, this is so wonderful. So we thank the security agencies so much for a job well done. But there are some miscreants here and there that will try to, but you see, the security agencies just quench that fire. You know, when you are trying to set firewood,
yes,
to put charcoal on top. So just come down and pour water. on it. So you know what you are planning will not work. That's one. Two, moving forward, Edo people should look forward to civility. I use the word civility because nobody should cajole you into violence.
Exactly.
Yes. Nobody should steer you into violence. Do you know why? The politician you are fighting for does not even know your name. All he wants, you know that is that you are fighting for him. When he enters office, he may not even see your face.
The most worrisome is that they are even friends. I watched a video of.
They are all friends. Wait now. You want to do a ceremony now? You invite all of them. They'll come. We'll all sit together. There's a vehicle. There's one burial ceremony somewhere in the north, and you see all the candidates and their vice deputies, aspirants in one bus. So you can. They are all friends. So this politician doesn't know your name. What he knows is that he wants to be a governor or whatever he wants to be. But then you are the one doing his bidding, right? Yes. When he comes into office, if you like, come with a proposal for contract. He may not see it. If you like, come with a letter recommending you to become SSA, SA, PA, PDA, SPA. He may not see you. So remember, all you should fight for is that the promises they have made in the course of campaign should be fulfilled. Edo people, it is time for all of us to wake up. First, Edo is our own. The city, the villages is our own. Light will not be shining only in Benin City and not shining in Uromi and Awuchi, or in Ewoimi. It should shine in Udo, in Odigwetue. All these places are part of Edo State. So when you are saying in Benin, for instance, light is shining, in also place, for instance, this is going on, please let the promises made during campaign. Once I wrote an article sometimes about campaign going round now. They can go to as far as the hinterland of Igwelaba to campaign, but when it is time for dividend of democracy, these things will not get to that place. So who are you going to hold responsible for this?
It's really worrisome.
It's time for us to call them to accountability. So if you say anybody that becomes governor, think of Edo people, be on ground, be in a city, and take care of the people. God bless you.
Thank you, Father. Mr. Mike, do you think that the economic situation of the country is contributory to the low voter turnout?
Definitely. There's no way you can.
Because people are saying that there is hunger in the land. In fact, it's evident. It's evident there is hunger. There is a high cost of living. So some persons tend to feel like, why should I even turn out to exercise my franchise when the people I'm going to elect, they don't put us in consideration when making policies that are anti-people. Not my words, because I'm a journalist. I'm only quoting them. So how do you see it from this aspect?
I've really touched that in an earlier answer when I said that there's definitely going to be apathy. Where governance is where we have put it. Where governance does not relate to the well-being of the people. I mean, as an academic, if I open my news feeds, and all I'm hearing is people carrying billions, and I mean, you hear of fraud these days. Every fraud you hear is billions.
Corruption at its peak.
I mean, because if we use the word corruption, we are begging the question. When you name the amount of monies we are talking about, billions in dollars and all that, it's horrifying, scary. So, I mean, how would there not be apathy to such a system? And that's why I talked about a surgery earlier on, that there must be a surgery to change the system. That's it. And so, again, even coming down to the rural people, I mean, they go to the market, they buy things. They know that there's no government anywhere. So this is clear. There's the question of apathy, voters apathy, or low voters turnout, as you call it, and its relationship with the economy is clear. I mean, it's obvious. There are people that are still coming out to vote. Maybe their brother or their sister is contesting that election. And they feel that if he can win, it's also our own opportunity to start to take our own share of the national cake. And they are there. But there are a number of people that tell you that I don't have any basis for even going to vote for anybody. That should be clarified.
But taking a look at it from a situation where people vote based on tribes, religion, and all that are not the words of the candidates, you know, it doesn't portend a big issue, a problem to the survival of democracy, of good governance.
I think that for the political class, it is a plus for them. And you know, you talk to people as a pressman, you would appreciate that what people are saying is that when it comes to election time, they escalate, you know, ethnic differences. You know, and when they have won their election, they live like brothers, even in the face of their ethnic differences. And so this is the stark reality. You know, the question of ethnicizing things has become part of our subconscious. I will say something again. One, are people developed enough mentally to understand that there are different connotations of ideology? There is, you know, and I'm sorry for an academic on this, there's the capitalist system and its morality.
Yes.
Every of this system comes with its own morality and spirituality. You know, and all that. There's the socialist system. And in the socialist system, I can give about 3 variants of socialism. There's the Marxist socialism, there's anarchism, there's anarcho-syndicalism. These are differences of ideological concepts. Where do we start? There's welfareism. And people don't know that. What they know is that Josiah from Igwebe is going to contest the election tomorrow, and we should support our son. It's simple. And because the educational system has not empowered us ideologically, you know, people cannot go beyond this minimum level of perception and definition of reality. You know, but if the educational system has taken us to that level where I know that, look, the views I hold are capitalist, but I believe in capitalism as a process of governance. I will look for a capitalist candidate and support him, whether it's from my village or not. If I hold socialist perspective, I look for a socialist to support, whether it's from my village or not. These are issues. But we have not got to that level of, you know, we have not elevated our imagination and conception of reality, our interpretation of reality, and the meaning we give to reality to that level where we can differentiate between ethnicity and all that. That's the problem of the system.
That means I believe you are talking about mental magnitude, you know, rejuvenating the mind to accept ideology.
Well, I do not think that that's what I'm talking about, because we have never got it to the level where we rejected ideology. Because you have to get to the level where you rejected ideology before you see that whether you are going to react. The thing is that where we are is at the base level of human development when it comes to intellectual development. And that's a very sad one for Africa, not just Nigeria. We must leave that level. We must move to an elevated dimension where we see life, you know, from you know, a higher level of interpretation and meaning. I know what I'm talking about. I don't know whether you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Meaning, the meaning you give to something might be different from the meaning I give to that same thing we are looking at. It depends on the content of our minds. It is our capacity to move our educational system to that level where meaning is related to ideological definition. We've not gotten there yet. And it's painful because as long as we remain at this level, my brother, this country cannot move forward. We can never be competitive in the international community. We cannot. Except we do these things. Again, it comes to the voters. How do you get people that are not aware to vote correctly? And that's where the politicians play on our ignorance and the ineptitude of our educational system is what gives them the latitude to tell us nonsense and do nonsense. How can you be running parties without manifestos? I don't know their manifestos. Maybe they wrote some things up. I don't know. They don't popularize them. Neither did they, you know, hype them in their campaigns. What they do is individual campaigns. I am coming out for PDP. I go to, somebody came to my village. In this village where I'm campaigning now, I'm talking about 4 or 5 days ago. This place I'm campaigning, you are going to get a borehole here. People say, hey, Drop your account.
I feel like democracy is also a problem to us because the reason why I say so is this: once someone is popular, whether he wants it or not, popularity then brings acceptability.
Wait. Popularity should even make people to go back and check them out. Popularity should make you go and check people out. See, there are two things. The Western man will say, if you want to hide knowledge from a black man, put it in a book. Because we don't read. Knowledge is power. See, if you have knowledge, and a man comes out to say, my name is this, I want to contest for this, that is the beginning of your exposure. What happens? They go to dig you out. Dig your yesterday out. And they begin to find out what is your antecedent, what is your history, what is your story. And that begins to make people know what you can do. They say, okay, let's check this man out. And I so much believe in, you know, when you see all the candidates talking, go and check. Let's check. Just dig them out and check. What policies do they believe in? Where they are coming from? What's their credibility? These are the things. Your popularity should make people know you. But you know, like I said, because they have weaponized poverty.
Poverty has become the tool.
It has become the tool. So now, just imagine you go to a community where they don't have community borehole. One big man somewhere sang borehole, and every day they buy a gallon of water for 50 naira. So he becomes rich because every day that passes, people will buy water 10 times, and he's making money from them. So why won't they come and say we'll sing borehole, everybody will be shouting? Because they've not seen it. Meanwhile, that is not the first time they are promising them borehole. Check it. I worked in a community where campaign came there. They promised them borehole, promised them good road. The 4 years passed, nothing came there. The next year, they came again and said, don't worry, it was because everywhere was so rowdy. Now I have remembered you very well. And they shared the t-shirt for them, share face cap for them. I will give you this and give you that. And they will come back again and do the same thing. And first of all, let's go and check. This man is promising also. He has not done what he promised. Let's go and check who he is. Where is he working? Somebody somewhere must know something about that person. Somebody somewhere must come out and say, don't believe this man. When he was our boss, he didn't pay us salary.
A fact.
So once you see that red flag, that was enough for you to tell yourself that your PVC can enter for this person. So we all should begin to check it. Your popularity is the beginning of the knowledge of you. But look at it now. Because we don't read, we don't go to find out. We just hear, somebody said, this person is a sellable candidate. All we just need to do is to just paint it very well, package it very well, and blow it to the internet. What can the internet not do? The internet can take your picture and say you want to be president tomorrow. Your picture would have gone far and wide. Somebody will call you and say back down. You say, okay, 500 million. They'll say, come and take it. They'll pay you off and you will keep quiet. Meanwhile, everything is sellable. Everybody should begin to wake up. My own call to Edo people is wake up, so that we'll begin to check things and begin to work things over. Thank you.
Father, let me ask this question. Now, what has leadership, how would you assess leadership of successive governments in Edo State? What's a picture of governance like in Edo State since its creation?
Edo, since its creation from Ogbemudia, Edo creation of Edo from the time of Ogbemudia, and when it was Bendel. Yes, when it was Bendel. Let's forget history taught me
defunct.
That. Yes, defunct. I saw leadership as detribalized, because from Edo to Delta, you see the road was being done. Whatever is done in Benin is done in Warri, is done in Asaba, is done in Kwale, is done in Otefe. Every area was touched.
Development was really evident.
Was going round, yes. So if they say there's oil coming from Oriomo, everybody benefits. If there's oil coming from Olumo, everybody is benefiting from it. Everybody benefited from it. That's why you could travel. Oh, we are traveling from Ugo to Benin because we are going to Raman Park, where there's an amusement park.
there's something to look forward to. This was a master plan. Oh, this is how we make this place beautiful and move to this place and move to that place. Then we come into when it became Edo Delta, with Edo State coming into play. Then the governor Oyegun coming in. First of all, I will not forget Oyegun rice or Oyegun beans. I will not forget the free bus that was initiated. Then of a sudden that government phased out. Then Lucky Benedion, after the military government of Baba Adamu Iyam, of Oyerebulem, then of Kefas, and then the military came in. When the military came, when the civilian government came with Lucky Benedion, that was the beginning of looking at Edo in a very good light. What was a good light? What are the issues he was addressing? He was addressing issues of road. He was addressing issues of structure. While he was doing that, he was also trying to maintain political godfathers. Yes. But then, he tried his best to make sure the hospitals were in order, to make sure that the schools were in order. Everybody had confidence in one way or the other. It was not perfect, but at least you could say he tried his best. Then he was also instrumental in blowing the news of human trafficking in Edo State and started curbing that situation. He tried his best. Sports, he addressed. Then let's move forward. The next governor after him came in also to do his best. But in all of this, political parties played major roles. What was the roles of political parties? To make sure their structure was maintained. So leadership should now be no longer according to what parties want, but what the standard should be. The standard should be maintaining the principle of a good Edo. If you go to Lagos State, for instance, you will see that there's a continuity. This area is beautified, this area is maintained. Let's go to the next area to maintain it. Let's move to the next area. If we are having a manifesto of making Edo a great state, let's go from local government to local government. The effect, the change is seen. That's what it should be. So leadership should not be about your pocket. It should not be about party leaders. It should be about the people you are called to serve. It is a life of service, and so it is about the people you are called to serve. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Mike, how would you rate Governor Godwin Obaseki's administration so far in the past 8 years? What's our segments of the government?
That's a very, very difficult question for me to answer. First of all, infrastructure development is okay. Wonderful, fantastic. But I'll tell you something. And I'm drawing from history. There was a time in this country that we had a government beginning from 1955 with Obafemi Awolowo, and he made cardinal perspectives to governance. He talked about free education, which means that if your parents are born poor, you should not end up without being able to go to school. That's a critical point. You come around to talk about, when we go to Lagos, we see the Jakande estates. You know, that is a kind of mortgage system where government ensures that people that are supposed to be poor are able to have houses of their own. We talked about free head program. You know, if you would take exceptions with the younger ones, but at a certain age, when somebody can no longer look for money and he cannot treat himself, free head became a critical aspect of it. You know, you talk of integrated rural development, where you talk of the growth of agricultural sector in the southwest. You know, they were funded, they were regulated for farmers' development. These are the kind of programs we're talking about. If you come because you tie some roads around and they say the man has performed, I don't understand it. You know, impressionism is the issue. Now, I'm sorry, please. You wouldn't have asked me this question.
No, what's your reaction?
If somebody is talking about painting,
I want you to address it.
I'm addressing very clearly.
Unbiased.
Yeah. Somebody is talking about painting some houses and building some houses. For me, those are not developmental. They are just infrastructural. I still talk of mindset development and capacity. I'm lacking. There's no depth in those issues of development. That's critical to me. So my perception, like I said, of development and your perception might not be the same. I have a clear definition of what we call development. Mindset development, mental enhancement and capacity, infrastructural development, related to economic development, fundamental things. It is in that corpus we now analyze and say, where was Obasanjo's regime? I am not out to please anybody. I have my history. I am not afraid of jail. It is on record in this country. So I can say the truth every time, and I don't depend on anybody to eat. I don't take contracts. I don't beg for it. So it is, from what I've said, you cannot look at it now and say, what is the development perspective that Obasanjo has performed in the last 8 years? That is not to say that, that should, I want to clarify something. Do not use Obasanjo's definition to affect his decision, particularly on an election like we're in Edo State for now. So I'm not campaigning against this candidate. The most important thing is that he has not been effective and impressive to somebody like me. That's all.
Now, for Father, how would you react to his position?
For me, he did his best. On easy lies the head that wears the crown. Yes, no leader is perfect. On easy lies the head that wears the crown, but he would have done better. What I would say is, moving forward, in the future, about Edo, the right hands should be put in the right place. The right professionals should be put in the right place. The right persons should be put in the right place. Positions should not be about favor, but it should be about who is capable. And I think he did his best in that regard. So everyone may have their reservations about him, but about the government per se, they did their best. If it was in the educational sector, they did their best. Agricultural sector, they did their best. Healthcare sector, they did their best. But it can also be better. You get me now? So good, better, best. They did their best. It can also be more, because like we say, Oliver Twist asked for more. So there would have been more. The civil service, yes, the buildings were beautified and everything. It took a good shape. It took a wonderful shape. The picture I used to have about that place changed, But in all, we believe also that there is more to be done for Edo people. Yes, and we want to say thank you to Governor Obaseki for serving Edo people. You did your best while it lasted. Thank you.
Thanks for your view. Now, let me ask you, so what aspects, in what area do you think the incoming administration should pick up from?
The incoming administration will have to work on a lot of area. One is road. Fix the roads in Edo State. Because the issue of the federal road, state road, it is now that we began to know that there is federal road and there is state road. All we used to know is that there's road through into Edo State, out of Edo State. If you fix the road, I believe you will fix the economic issues that we are facing. People cannot go to the market to buy things anymore because things are so expensive. Two things are the factor. One is road, majorly is road. The second one is the taxation that is ongoing everywhere. That should be addressed and should be centralized. If these things are not put in place, then I think the new government should begin to think of how to balance the system, fix the road into Edo State and out of Edo State, and within Edo State. No road, though. There's no road in Edo. There's no road in Edo. I can tell you for free. Even into the GRAs, there's no road. No, to out of Benin, I used to drive
beginning to worry, mass 1 hour. But you cannot try that today. If you are not spending 3 hours to 4 hours on the road, you are going wrong. To worry, go within Delta State. The road is so perfect, so clean. You are driving through, but Edo, you are not seeing the road, and so the road should be fixed. If you fix the road, you would have been able to address agricultural issues, because farm produce will be able to come into the state. Then transportation will be reduced. Then the people will be able to buy things at a cheap rate. Address road issues. 1. 2. Address healthcare, so that Edo people will have proper healthcare. 3. Address security with proper structure. 4. Address education, not according to party, but according to Edo citizens, which means your hand should touch every school, whether they gave you your support in your party, or there's a party candidate, or there's no party leader there. Everybody deserves it. Then 5, address the issues of unity in Edo, because everything is about Edo project. Thank you. Not individual project, Edo project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Mr. Mike, also thank you. Reports just coming in now from Ikpobaoka. Our correspondent Victoria Okwamedia is standing by at Ikpobaoka Ward 6 in particular. Victoria, what is happening at the Ward?
This is Ikpobaoka local government area, and this is Ward 6. Here we have about 8 polling units, and as you can see again, people are going about, casting their vote, exercising their civic rights, even as it is raining. The rain is not itch enough for people to stay back. But the report getting to us here is that though they've not been massive turn up because of the rain, but as the time goes on, they are sure that people will invade this place and voters will cast their vote for their preferred candidates. Thank you very much, Jude. Promise to bring to you the situation update as it unfolds. Thank you.
Thanks for staying tuned to VOS TV Edo Decide Studio. Like I told you, our crew are out there feeding us with information on the election as they unfold. So we joined Austin Ayene at the Iyeneva Primary School in Ward 5, Upper Sokmomba area of Ikpoba local government area of the state. Hello, Austin. What's happening at?
We are live here at Iyeneva Primary School in Ward 5 in Ikpoba local government areas in Edo State. And of course, as you can see, there is a heavy turnout of voters. And from what we have told, we have about 20 units in this particular location. And the accreditation is going alongside with the voting exercise. So it's been impressive so far. But from what we are getting, the feeling we are getting from the voters here is that it's even low. You know, and some are attributing it to the rainfall, while others, of course, have other reservations about the whole thing.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Cletus Keleyede.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel so far? How is it going in the process?
Well, the election is going well. As you can see, the rain is falling, people are voting, and the election is peaceful. You see everybody are standing in respect of their people they want to vote for. And as you can see, the election is going peacefully. So no fights, no quarreling. Everybody is just patient and vote. They are here to vote for who they want to vote for.
Okay. This unit we have here, I think this is the highest we've seen so far. What could be the reason for the impressive turnout of votes?
But the impressive turnout is low. It's low somehow, but people are still coming just because of the rain.
You mean we usually have more bigger crowd?
Bigger crowd more than this, but people are still coming. People live in outskirts of this area. People are coming from different places and just like that. But we are still expecting more people. But people are still coming. Yeah, thank you.
Noto is my name.
Okay, so how is it going so far?
The election is moving on smoothly. No any obstruction, no any disturbance. Okay. Everything is in order, precise.
I can see there is a good turnout, but what could be the reason why we have this good turnout?
Good turnout? As a matter of fact, we have, I can say, low turnout. Yeah, low because of the rain. Because of the rain.
Is it just because of the rain?
Yeah, because of the rain. More are still coming. We don't want to wait till 2 o'clock. More are still coming. But the turnout so far is moderate.
The exercise was very successful and very cool, very nice. No conference, no crisis. Everybody was coming out and casting vote and go. Some stay around. There was peace on it.
Are you experiencing any challenge so far?
No. Very peaceful.
With this turnout, do you think you can meet up with good everything?
the voting exercise?
Yeah, of course, you can meet up. I'm just saying, Union, this is Ward 5. We have 20 polling units here, units 1 to 20.
It appears you are party agents.
Yes, Labour Party agents. Yes, so far the election process has been peaceful. People have been coming, voting peacefully, and they have been going. So far there has not been any issue.
Okay. Is there any form of maybe malfunctioning of the beavers or some people are denying your...
No. The beavers has been working perfectly. Yeah.
No cause for alarm?
Not at all.
Okay. People are saying that in spite of this heavy turnout of voters, it's even low.
Yes, it's somehow low.
What could be the reason?
I can't really say, but the turnout is somehow low. But they are becoming one after the other.
Thank you, Jude. So from here, we are going to be giving you other updates as far as Obaha local government is concerned. So stay tuned to VOS TV. So thank you very much, Jude. We'll keep you updated.
All right, thank you, Austin. Thank you for that update. Definitely, we'll continue to get back to you on information as they unfold there. Yeah, now, information also reaching us is that BVAX has failed at polling unit 2. Pardon, polling unit 58, Ward 2 in Etete. And INEC officials are working the clock to ratify it. We'll give it to them. They're working on the clock to ratify it. So, further, now we're back to the issues that we've been taking a look at, and these are the issues that are still unfolding in the field. So, just your last word.
My last word to Edo people is maintain your stand, go out and cast your vote, there's still time. And to all candidates, whoever emerged the winner, let it be a congratulatory message to them and let there be peace in Edo. God bless you all.
Now to you, Mr. Mike, what's your last word for Edo people as they decide who governs them for the next 4 years?
Thank you very much. I just want to round up by talking to the aspirants, clearly. And my position is simple, that governance must have meaning, improve upon the people. So much in Edo State is wasted, First of all, the educational system must be carried out in such a way to work on the mindset of our youth. Take away cultism from the streets. Give our youth a qualitative dimension of imagination, conception and application of themselves. The second aspect that I will touch is on the economic factor. Edo State is largely agrarian based. Whether we like it or not, that's the truth. I'm from this state and I know what I'm talking about. Now, what we have is primary production that is being removed here, either to Kaduna, either to Lagos or whatever, depending. A lot of cashew leaves Edo State. The government cannot give indication of what tons of cashew leaves Edo State. Cocoa from Edo State, palm kernel from Edo State. These are resources. What I expect government to do is to move away from primary layer of production, which is the farm then I take it away, and move it to the secondary layer of production. And by secondary layer of production, we are talking of building industries that convert cocoa into cocoa sheet, cocoa cake, and cocoa butter. Converting production from primary base to secondary base. The wealth that comes that will flow in Edo State will be something that will be celebrated and saluted. This is my conclusion of this matter. It is only by good governance that our people will have a positive attitude to government. God bless us.
Thank you, Mr. Mike Gaga, for your meaningful contributions to the program. Also, Reverend Father Benedict, thank you very much for your contribution. We just hope that as the electorate decide who governs Edo State, they will choose right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And the program is still on. Edo Decides is still on, and we'll continue to update you with information. But for now, let's take a break. Don't go away. Stay tuned to VOS TV Nigeria for updates on the election.
you.